Caleb Williams had his pro day today, so let's talk about the NFL draft prospects real quick. Who are your guys' favorite Penn State, and we're going to do an overall one as well, Penn State prospect and overall prospect here, so I think Kylie's pick is first.
Yes, so I had a regular pick from a regular team, and then I did a Penn State pick as well, but my straight-up pick is going to be Jaden Daniels first. He is currently ranked at number 6. He did look like he was kind of moving not in the most positive direction as far as picks go. This is not the first time I have brought him up whenever we've talked about football or anything like that. This is a tall, lean, accurate, quick quarterback. You want to, J.J. McCarthy, everyone wants to be all about him. 26th, 27th. That's my whole point. He has just changed his game so much and really come out of the woodwork and worked hard to be where he is right now. And I cannot wait to see where he goes because there are teams right now in the NFL that need him. Yeah. And he is I am so excited because he's also he's a runner type of QB, which is my favorite type of QB. But the one thing I will say is he needs to protect himself a little bit better. But, that comes with time. That comes with that NFL training. I cannot wait to see where he goes.
Mm-hmm. He has all the tools. He kind of reminds me of Anthony Richardson coming out of Florida.
Yeah, just like a little bit of potential.
And, Chop as well. Everyone here, no one's not excited to see where Chop goes.
Yeah, exactly.
He's looking at a 24th spot right now. Power, agility, he's good at disrupting his competition, and that's what is his strong suit. Such an explosive player, and as a Penn State fan, I obviously can't wait to see where he goes.
Yeah, I agree.
Cadyn, you're up next.
I took a different approach. So I did an older prospect in Saquon and CD because coming out of college, I think those are two of some of the most electric offensive weapons we've seen in college football. Obviously, Saquon here at Penn State, insane. The highlight reel is ridiculous. And then CeeDee Lamb in that 2020 draft, obviously Cowboys fan here, we did not expect to get him. We were sitting at 17. He was supposed to go top 10. He was wide receiver 1 consensus. And he just fell. He fell. Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs both got taken before him, who were not nearly as complete of players as him. And then all of a sudden I'm sitting on my couch, Cowboys are on the clock, CeeDee Lamb's available, and here we are with a arguably top 3, top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Easily one of my favorite prospects coming out of college. And then also Olu. Mm-hmm. I feel like Olu is kind of getting a little disrespect right now.
He is.
He's probably the best raw pass protector in this draft. I know there's Joe Alt from Notre Dame. But I think what's dinging him a little bit is Penn State had a lot of blowouts this year, blowout victories over worse competitions, and they took Olu out. So, snaps against, Delaware can only get you so far in the pre-draft process. Yeah. And then he kind of struggled against Ohio State. JT Tuimoloau, I believe is how you say it. He kind of took him to the woodshed a little bit on a couple reps. And I think that's kind of, he's also banged up at his pro day. Or at the combine, he got a little banged up, a leg injury. But if he were to fall, I would really love to see him on a team like the Rams maybe, with a franchise quarterback, a great scheme. Just get him into the NFL, let him pass protect, help him out in the run game, and he's going to be a star. He's going to, for years. He has all the tools.
Yeah, those are three really good picks. There's just a lot of raw talent on that board, right? Sophia, you're next here for your picks.
Yeah, so for my overall, I was looking at Rome Odunze. He is someone that, since the Combine, I have been the most interested to see where he's going to go. He's even talking about being above Marvin Harrison Jr. in the wide receiver pool and who's going to get drafted first. Now some analysts and people really don't know who's going to go first because of how well Rome performed at the Combine. He had great acceleration, smooth transitions, and he was a true independent and driven player at that Combine. He proved that if he didn't perform the way he wanted to, he was going to go back and do it again.
He stayed there until he got a 6.6. I think it was the 3-cone drill.
Yes.
And he stayed there until he got it.
Yes, that cone kept falling, and then he kept going back because he wasn't satisfied until it was literal perfection. And I think that turned a lot of coaches' heads to see what he could really do. And he had a great season with Washington. He put up those numbers, but the Combine really set him over. And I think it comes to show how much the combine can do for you. If
It
even
can,
if you're
yes.
like you're talked about, you're known, you're popular, but you go there and you give out everything you want. They're looking for that individual player. He's just showcased his skills and that competitive attitude so much that I don't know. I hope he's one of the first wide receivers drafted. I hope he is the first one drafted over Marvin Harrison Jr. because I haven't heard much about Marvin Harrison
haven't
this
either.
combine.
Yeah.
I think he's still prospected to be like the third pick
Overall pick.
Yeah,
and
he's
then-
still top 5.
But now
yeah.
it's just so, I think it's so expected for him to go to the Arizona Cardinals that people kind of just stop talking about him because the controversy isn't there. But I don't know. I really hope that Rome gets the recognition and the team that he deserves because he's going to be a first-year starter. I truly
Yeah.
Yeah,
believe.
100%.
Yeah, he should
Plug
be.
and play guy.
Yeah.
He's also got a really cool name. Rome.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Rome, I
top
mean-
5 in my book.
That's a great name. All right, I'll go to my picks real quick here. I had for my picks, I had Micah Parsons at first. He was one of the best like pure linebackers to ever come out of Penn State in terms of the combine. He actually skipped a year
Yeah.
to work on his
COVID,
body. And also John Ross. I know my friend Peyton's watching right now. John Ross had the most hype around his 40 time going into the NFL draft. He was drafted so high in the draft. He went to the Bengals, produced nothing at all in the NFL, but as a prospect, we're talking about prospects here, John Ross was one of the best. So, I mean, I think that's one of the best
That's
prospects.
always
I
why-
remember, yeah.
I always say that don't let the combine sway you so much. The combine and the film should go together, and
Yeah.
that's what you see as a
Yeah.
prospect.
Yeah.
Don't let a prospect not really have much on tape and then convince you with like a 4.25 and be elite. That's not how it works, and we saw that in John Ross.
Yeah, all right.